2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And getting mentally prepared to compete. You see the focus. You feel the energy. These guys are ready to go. The activity in front of the Brooklyn Museum, not too far from our setting today here at the Barclays Center. Hey, Dave.
Hey, Kevin. Trae Young said when he was growing up, he was never a big leaper or a dunker. Truth be told, he said, I wasn't even considered a top guard in my recruiting class, but I worked relentlessly and played with a chip on my shoulder. I wanted to be considered among the great players. I wanted to belong. Kevin, he certainly belongs with the Hawks right now.
Thanks, D.A. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east already. We are in December. Taking a look at Atlanta. They're in second, looking to take over the first spot. And, of course, the Brooklyn Nets, a half game back.
Well, I think for Brooklyn, they've fulfilled a lot of the promise they showed coming into the season. But they just haven't taken that next leap forward so many thought they might.
They still had enough players take positive steps forward to call this season a success. Maybe they're not at the top of the standings where they hope they'd be, but they're in really good position in terms of the playoff picture.
A look at Atlanta's opening lineup. Hunter at the 3 with Collins at the 4. Trae Young is out there with Reddish, and it's Capella in at the 5 spot. And for the Nets, LeVert and Durant out on the perimeter. Allen is out there with DeAndre Jordan, and it's Irving in at the 1 spot.
You just can't get tired of watching the way Young shoots the ball. I mean, what a fantastic release.
And it's just limitless in terms of the...
Oh, yeah!
You knew something good was coming, Kevin. Oh. And using all of his 7'5" wingspan, Durant turns backwards.
And just about a minute into the first quarter. It's Young on the wing. He had a 30-point outing their last game against Brooklyn.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
From the arc. Again, Young missing. Nets have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. KD drives in.
On defense, your priority is to close out on Durant's outside shot, but then he has that tight handle. Simply drives right by you.
Young passes to Hunter. Durant against Collins. Here's Young, and the shot goes in. Young's got his second bucket.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
Well, he's going to just keep going now. That's early confidence for him.
Out of bounds, Atlanta takes possession. Last game for Brooklyn, they picked up the W against the Hawks. Outside Collins. All alone. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
That's a shocker there. Did not expect him to miss from that range. He's got to be shooting close to 60% from there.
Now, here's Reddish. LeVert defending. They get it back. Pass to Young. Takes a 3. DeAndre Jordan grabs the miss.
His touches left him in this quarter. Nowhere close to the kind of output they need from him.
2 points. That one goes.
A superb offensive rebounder. Allen's long arms and feel for how to get positioning helps big time.
Collins dishes to Young. And it's good. 2 points.
Such a critical part of how their offense is going to flow. Things are only working when he seems to be on the floor.
Allen, and a good offensive board, and he gets the bucket.
And you know what? He doesn't mind getting his hands dirty when it comes to really fighting on the backboard.
Not only fighting on the boards, he's converting, and not just on the putback. It's been a great start for him.
Here's Irving. Count it.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's his first foul. Here's Collins. He had a 30-point outing their last game against the Nets in Brooklyn.
And equally impressive on the backboards. I thought his rebounding was huge.
Greg, obviously we're early on here. We already have seen some second-year players looking much more improved over their rookie year.
I mean, if you put in the work, you're not guessing as much. And listen, the fact that you now have gone through the season, you've got a better sense of who you are and what you can do out on the floor. I know I cut way back on my turnovers at the start of my second year, and you go into the offseason with specific goals and areas where you want to improve.
You think there's more growth between your first and second year than any other 2 years in your career?
You can make that case, no doubt about it, because you're still thinking you could be one of the all-time greats no matter who you are at that stage, and so you tend to put in a little more emphasis in terms of improvement.
Here's Gallinari for a rebound by the Nets. Allen's got his fourth rebound with that last one here tonight. That one's in, his first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
Due to that aggressive style of play on the offensive end, LeVert is kind of just used to contact at this point.
And here's Young from the arc. Brooklyn with the rebound. Guys, this offense very effective.
And guys, the defense has been no match. They've just picked them apart.
Durant. Nice fake there to create the shot, but it's no good. And the foul called on Jarrett Allen. That's his first foul. So for the Hawks, Kevin Huerter comes in for Collins. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Young. Here's Huerter, and it's blocked by Jordan.
Well, the arms of DeAndre Jordan are like a horizon line. They go on forever, which allows him to send those shots back.
But they recover it. And on the way from Irving for three, and the three ball is good. Irving's got 5 points so far.
And they've done the job on the offensive glass.
Passes it to Capella. To the middle. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two.
And the defense Capella provides is huge. I mean, a legitimate shot blocking threat who also rebounds the ball at an efficient rate.
Both shots good from the stripe. Nets leading by 6. Outside for Durant. Launches a three. Rebound by the Hawks. Capella's got his 4th rebound in this one. Outside, Bogdanovich. Gallinari outside. That falls. Nice feed that time from Bogdanovich.
Perimeter jumper from Gallo, always a strong suit, continues to get better.
Irving passes to Durant. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. He's got 9.
This looks like he's got more feel tonight, like he's really got a good grip on that ball as he's letting it go.
And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's foul number 2 for him. 1:33 left in the first. Capella kicks to Bogdanovich. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's on Jarrett Allen.
Well, Bogdanovich being a little bit crafty there, knowing the defense was closing in on him, and drew the contact.
For Atlanta, they have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
And last season, as a team, they knocked down 79% of their free throws, so those are numbers you'll be happy with.
Outside Jordan, looking for Allen, he gets it there. Outside Irving. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
And Huerter gets it to go.
Huerter showing off the fact that he has a float game as well.
Irving passes to Allen. There's 48 seconds left in the first quarter.
As a big, once you get position inside, it allows you to fight and come away with a lot of tough boards.
The Nets with the lead. Wound up there for Allen. Back to Irving. Lets it go with the three. Rebounded by Capella. Capella's got rebound number 7 for him tonight.
His shooting has been a little bit below par. You think about what this lead would look like if he was on.
Here's Irving, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Shifty with his speed, incredible ball handling. So hard to guard Kyrie, but so thrilling to sit here and watch it all up close.
Both free throws good from Kyrie Irving.
A great player on a great role at the charity stripe. The D has got to be careful about being too aggressive on him and sending him back for freebies.
Here's Gallinari, and no good on the last second attempt this time. And so it's Kevin Durant making headlines and highlights for Brooklyn. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. Back right after this. And recently, Kevin Durant discussed what they have.
I think we get a lot of teams' best shot in the first half, where they, hitting on all cylinders, playing good brand of ball, moving fast, playing great defense. And I feel like we're at that level to start the game, and then, it's about who can last.
And Greg, it's one of the great challenges of being one of the teams to beat.
But that's the difference with a superstar like Durant. He can give you elite play from start to finish. Lesser guys can do that only in spurts.
And we're getting back to the action in our New Year's Eve broadcast. And from Brooklyn guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
It felt like they knew that there were openings in transition and just wanted to keep trying to feed that, get out quick.
On the court right now for the Hawks. On the wings, Herter and Reddish. Hunter is out there with Gallinari, and it's Rondo in at the point.
And going back to when he turned pro at just 16 years of age, Gallinari has proven to be one of the best players ever from Italy.
You think about his final year in Milano and just how highly efficient he was, first in the league's ratings overall. Sixth pick, going from Italy to New York City, and the fans had no idea what they were getting, but Gallinari eventually dealt in the Carmelo deal. In his career, although it's been multiple stops, it's been pretty exemplary.
And Cam Reddish, the 10th pick back in 2019 out of Duke, had a tough transition as a rookie into the NBA, struggled just to find his rhythm.
GA, I think there are a lot of questions because at Duke, he was surrounded by stars. R.J. Barrett, Zion Williamson, and he was sort of that third guy. He has all the physical tools, and he made some big-time strides in the latter half of last season, so he's coming.
Well, it seems like every year, Greg, we see some incredible new players come to the NBA, and they are welcome with open arms. Their style of play is so terrific.
No doubt about it. Guys like Ja Morant, I think he's got a chance to be one of the greats. And any list about the future of the NBA has to include Luka Doncic. I don't know if there's a better basketball talent than that young man. And, let's not forget about Devin Booker out in Phoenix as well. A terrific, terrific player.
3 terrific kids, you're right. Durant with a wide open look. And the Nets, another 3.
Yeah, they're starting to warm up from the field this quarter.
For 11, they come in off the loss to the Brooklyn Nets. Young finds Gallinari. Allen with the rebound. Allen's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
A shot by Jordan, no good. And there's the call on DeAndre Jordan. That is his first foul of the game. The Hawks trail by 8. And there's the pass to Gallinari. Paxton coming off the assist from Young. Gallinari's got 8.
So unselfish there. Young doing a good job of finding the open man.
Irving attacking, lays it up and banks it in. Irving's got the lead, back up to 8 now for the Nets. And so it's Young who brings it up for the Atlanta Hawks. The dish to Collins. Gallinari with it. He's got 8 and stolen by Kyrie Irving. Lays it in off the breakaway. And now it's a 10-point Brooklyn lead.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
And now the first time out called here for the Hawks, coming off that loss against the Nets.
In the NBA, you've got to keep pace. It's a fast track out there, and I thought their lack of hustle defensively was the story of the game.
You can't allow any opponent to shoot that kind of percentage. If you do, it's just going to be so tough to keep up.
Young dishes to Reddish. Shoots from 14, off the left rim and out. Brooklyn leading by 10. Here's LeVert. It's deflected. Here's Gallinari. And it's sent back by Allen.
And how about, and with that great length and awareness, Allen continues to build his reputation as a shot blocker.
The three from KD. That ball is good for another field goal. His sixth. He is 6 for 9 on the stat sheet.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
Yeah, the coach pretty smart for zoning in on him and giving him opportunities to stay with that confident play.
They're having more success from three-point range here in the second after a rough first quarter from deep.
Here's Allen. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to be on Trae Young.
Such a force as Allen goes to the line. A real throwback. Jared is a center who primarily operates near the hoop.
Clint Capella, he's checked in for Atlanta. Bogdan Bogdanovic comes in for Hudson.
And Jared Allen, the big man out of Texas, a big part of his impact is how well he moves as a center. Very long and covers a ton of ground on both ends. Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends. Steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
And here's Young. 12 points for him. And with Allen, the amount of floor he can cover with a few steps is staggering.
And Kevin, it lets him take away chances and opportunities on D. On the other end, one step to the hoop and he's completely relocated as a target. One of the best moving bigs in our league. And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Bogdanovic wide open. Backed in, coming off the assist from Young. Young's got 3 assists in the game. Nets leading by 11. Here's Irving, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. That's on Clint Capella.
Yeah, when your point guard is Kyrie Irving and he decides to mix it up on the inside, that helps out your ball club.
And the first one drops.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
Kevin Huerter, he's checked in for Atlanta. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. If you go step in a time machine, what would you like and dislike about playing in this era at this time?
Well, no doubt about the tempo and the spacing. I think that, more than anything, allows for the true skill and artistry of the game to be on display. I probably wouldn't want to get switched onto Embiid down low. I would probably dislike that and let it be known vociferously.
But I always pictured you as being fearless, like you would never turn down that kind of challenge.
I wouldn't turn it down publicly.
Man, so impressive. Collins way up for that one.
That one good for 2. Irving's got 23 points.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Well, I know they don't have mobile devices out there for texting, so they might as well talk to one another.
Time call here. The Hawks decide to talk it over.
And I think for years to come, you're going to be talking about the draft that Trae Young was involved in as the picks got swapped. One franchise getting their guy, and this team finding Trae Young. And he's been a blessing for where they need to go.
Rajon Rondo's checked in for Young. Rondo kicks to Capella. Here's Bogdanovic. Hits the jumper in space. Bogdanovic has got 7.
Playing in between right now and changing speeds. Bogdanovic spotting some nice scoring opportunities.
Here's KD. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Right, you know the Hawks believed in Trae Young on draft day. They made the trade for him and gave up a chance at Doncic.
Well, I don't look at it like that, Kevin. I look at it like Atlanta got their guy. It's not about who else was on the board. It's the fact that they could get their number one choice, and that was Trae Young.
And so Durant nails them both.
Makes it pretty tough on the defense. Who are you going to pick to send to the free throw line? He's hitting the free throws right now. Form looks good.
And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. And that'll be his third foul so far. 1:27 left in the first half. Here's Bogdanovich. Down it goes. His third basket. He's now 3 for 4.
Now, tough to be upset at that kind of defense. You got to credit Bogdanovich. Pretty much zoned in.
Irving. That's down the hatch. Knocks one more to his total. That's 9 for 15 shooting.
Shooting it with more confidence now. Look at his face. He didn't look quite right in the opening minutes. Finding it now.
Here's Bogdanovich. That shot off. And Brooklyn will come the other way. They are coming off that win against Atlanta.
Yeah, in that game, the offense was firing on all cylinders, partly because the other team's defense was a no-show.
Yeah, with the defense struggling like that, I think they just stayed with a healthy, consistent pace to get that win.
With some arc, and it's blocked by Jordan.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Collins. Here's KD. 17-point lead, their biggest.
Solid in the first. Fantastic here in the second. He was just waiting for the moment.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Bogdanovich. Another field goal for him. 4 for 6 shooting tonight.
And maybe he's thinking at this point, man, somebody's got to help me. I can't do this all by myself.
Out to KD. Over Bogdanovich. Durant, no good.
Oh, can't punish the defense for leaving him open that time. That's a frustrating miss for a really steady jump shooter.
And they've won the rebound battle so far, and it's translated to the scoreboard.
Yeah, it's not just about stopping the offense in the scouting report. It's about knowing where to be when those shots are going to be.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Boy, a lot of energy in this arena tonight. The hometown fan. What a game it's been for Kyrie Irving. He had 25 points, 2 steals, and 2 assists. And that's all we have for now.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. You look at Kyrie Irving in this game, he has been everywhere.
Really impressed with the shot selection through the first half, just taking what he can get from the defense.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half and wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
Irving and LeVert are at the 1 and 2. Durant is out there with Jordan. And it's Allen in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. The kick out to Young. Hits the three-point bomb. Young's got the first bucket of the third here for the Hawks.
And Trae Young looking like one of those young players who on a nightly basis gives you something you haven't seen before.
Pass to Hunter. And it's Hunter with the jam.
That's a major league throwdown.
Keeps a tight grip on that rim, too, after the finish. Irving, good. Irving's got 27 points.
Feels like Kyrie locked in right now. No let up in his offensive attack, and he's hot.
Young pass to Reddish. Collins trying to break free. It'll go, and the Nets lead is cut down to 13 after the bucket is good from Reddish.
Okay. Good game plan. Start the second half. 3 of 4 so far from the field.
And that one's good, Irving.
Blinding speed there shown by Kyrie Irving on the boost. And when he puts it on the floor like that, he's getting all the way to the rim.
Young with no one around. Misses the 3.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
It's stolen by Reddish. Dishes it to Hunter from 13. And he overshot that one, missing. Brooklyn leading by 15. LeVert kicks to KD. In the corner, Irving with it. Over Young. And Irving gets it to go on the assist by Jordan. Jordan's got his 4th assist in this one. Hawks have gone 3 of 6 in the 3rd quarter. 50% from the field. Collins in the post. He's against Jordan.
Collins showing now he's got a little bit of touch from that range.
Irving passes to Jordan. Down low. Allen kicks to LeVert. This one for 3. It's hauled in by Clint Capella. Capella's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. Got that one up quick. 8 points for Cam Reddish.
Can't back off of Reddish. He's going to let it rip.
Outside Durant. Rebound by the Hawks. Capella's got rebound number 11 for him here tonight. Goes back up. Here's Collins. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's on Jared Allen.
Collins showing more and more some moves that he's getting comfortable with.
And what was once a weakness for Collins, now a strength. His defense has taken huge strides since the start of last season.
And I think a young player like John Collins learns that blocks are not just a statistic that reveal how good you can be defensively. It's about positioning. It's about communication. And John Collins wants to be more complete on that end of the floor.
Atlanta making a switch here. Gallinari's checked in. Young against Irving. Shoots. The Hawks again can't hit. And it's Irving with the ball for the Nets.
And this is what dominating the glass looks like. He just cannot be contained.
Sort of reminding me of a little Ben Wallace action here from his years with the Pistons. He's been that much of a force rebounding the ball.
Young inside, covered by Irving. Whistle blows, basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play for the Hawks. Bogdan Bogdanovic, he's checked in for John Collins. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Reddish. And looking back at what was a stellar career, Greg, if there was one thing you could have done different, do you have anything on your mind?
You know, I would have loved to have had the opportunity to finish my career in New York. That was a special place, a special time. Unfortunately, that didn't transpire, but that's the one thing that stands out. That and obviously not winning the championship.
I can understand both of those.
Yes. Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling out.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And so he's picked up his final foul. And he will sit for the rest of this game. Jeff Green is checked in for the Nets. And this is his second trip to the line in the game.
And as for last season, he was a 74% shooter at the line.
And the first one at the line is good.
And Bogdanovic has raised a lot of eyebrows with his consistent play over the past couple seasons. He can really be a spark plug for your ball club as he's able to knock down threes and produce points in a hurry.
Kevin Huerter, he's checked in for the Hawks.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Rondo dishes to Hunter. Gallinari wide open. Atlanta again missing.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
And that one's good. Durant's got 28 points for the game.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Here's Hunter. Rebound, Brooklyn. And here's Brooklyn. They're on a 12-4 run. Here's Green. Pass to LeVert. Knocked away. Gallinari with the steal. Inside, Bogdanovic. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Bogdanovich has got 4 points this quarter. It's LeVert on the wing. Knocked loose. Now the Hawks moving it the other way. No good there. And Brooklyn will come the other way. Passes it to KD. And Durant gets double teamed. Outside Jordan. To the paint. Oh, and a fast break for Atlanta. Rondo with the ball. A nice shot by Bogdanovich.
I think he's just going to get more and more confident from behind the arc and become a more consistent scorer in this league as time goes by.
To the inside, Green. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Green's got his second basket.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
Time call here. The Hawks decide to talk it over.
And they're allowing too many points in the paint. Coach is going to let them hear about it.
Yeah, coach knows that. They know that. In the timeout, they're going to hear about it, make the adjustment.
The Hawks making a switch here. Capella's checked in. Gallinari with it. Now Green defending. Capella trying to free himself up. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
And how good is Rondo in terms of the focus at the rim? Doesn't matter how much contact there is. He's just got that ability to finish.
Back to LeVert. Looking to get back on track here. He takes it up and lays it in. LeVert's got 6.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
Rondo passes to Capella. And the dunk by Capella.
It doesn't get any easier than this. Capella's work ethic is what allows him to get those dunks.
Irving double team. Here's Green, and Green slams it in.
Leaping ability is off the charts. Not the biggest power forward, but outstanding, rising up off the ground.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And the length of Green is a real issue for the D. His arms just go forever, which often results in a lot of shooting fouls for him.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. That free throw, no good. And he's good on the second.
And the former Hoya Green, a rangy forward who can both score and defend from all areas of the floor.
And Gallinari kicks to Capella. Bogdanovich, that's for 2. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. Bogdanovich has got 9 points here in the second half. Irving finds Jordan. Here's Green over Gallinari. And the Nets miss again.
Yeah, it's pretty much the only way to keep him from taking advantage of you down low. You got to play tough, physical defense.
Rondo. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets riding a 15-point lead at the end of the quarter. And we'll see if they can keep up their tremendous shooting they've been dialed in so far from the field. Back to the action after this word. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Sometimes that's what can separate some of the best players, not just creating for yourself, but creating for others as well.
And we reach the 4th quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. And so in the game for the Hawks, Clint Capella is out there with Gallinari. Then there's Bogdanovich. That's Rajon Rondo. And it's Reddish in at the 2 spot. Here's Capella. An easy 2 points on the layup.
Just has a nose for the ball. Capella skilled at gaining ideal position for those offensive rebounds.
Irving's shot is good.
Down the stretch, he's been flat out awesome. He helped them get the lead, and now he's making sure they keep it.
Count it, good.
Always fun to look at. Not tremendously efficient, but the floater, boy, those sure are pretty.
Rondo against Irving. The pass to LeVert. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Out of bounds, Atlanta will take possession. The Atlanta making some changes. Collins comes in for Bogdanovich. And Trae Young subbed in for Rajon Rondo. Defense doesn't get much better than the mobile one block we just saw on replay.
And that'll give them a jolt. Nothing like a rejection to light a fire under you.
A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. Onari with it. He's picked up by Irving. Young for three. Another three for Atlanta.
Well, he now has 4 3-pointers this game, guys. 2 in each half. He's really spacing out the floor for his teammates.
Jordan finds Irving. Back to Jordan. Here's Green. Second chance effort. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
And Green no good on that one. The Hawks trail by 14. On its way from Young for 2. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down.
All about getting into a rhythm as a shooter. When Trae Young finds his, he's pretty fine at taking those shots.
The shot by Jordan, no good. And Collins has got the ball here for Atlanta. Gallinari backs in, coming off the assist from Young.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Pass to Katie. Over Gallinari. Green. And Green is right there. And the Nets lead by 12.
Well, a missed box out and an easy tip in, but it's because of the activity as the ball is going up, finding yourself in the right spot, just using some effort.
Young dishes to Reddish. A beautiful reverse layup.
And you can just see he's a different player since coming back from halftime.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. And during this timeout, I'm sure they'll be hydrating themselves with Gatorade. All the effort out there on the floor, and these timeouts can be such a huge factor in getting a short rest and recharging the battery. And Brooklyn making a change here. Prince is checked in, and the Hawks making a change here as well. Hunter's checked in for Gallinari. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what the Nets head coach was going over with his team. He said, this is where mistakes can kill us. This is where mistakes can turn this thing completely around. Protect the basketball and make the simple play. In other words, guys, no hero ball right now.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Here's Irving. Got it. Good job on the low post. Irving's got 39.
I don't know how he does it, but Kyrie does such a great job to get deep position and convert, separating himself from other point guards in the league with that finishing ability.
Hunter, no one around him. Another three for Atlanta.
Well, and this has been their strategy throughout the fourth period. We'll see how it pans out.
It's one thing to have teams shoot a bunch of threes, but with this team being that hot defensively, you got to chase them away from anywhere near that line.
Young passes to Capella. Back to Young. And he banks in the layup. Young's got 7 points for the quarter.
You just can't take Trae Young lightly from anywhere on the floor. These kind of shots will help him get into a rhythm.
The shot's good from Irving.
The defense has just been unable to slow him down. Wow, what a game.
And Young kicks to Hunter. Inside. That is good. And the Nets' lead is cut down to 6 in the bucket from Capella.
Yeah, you could tell Hunter knew he was open, did not hesitate to find him.
Irving double team. Jordan the pass to Green. Irving looking over the floor. Buries the long-range jumper. Irving's got 44.
You would think a coach might have talked to his defense about making the adjustment on him, but right now, he's just lighting him up.
And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line. That'll put Trae Young on the line. It's going to be on Kyrie Irving.
In the 2018 season, as the 5th overall pick, Trae Young was phenomenal towards the end of the year, winning 3 straight Rookie of the Month awards.
Here's Irving. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Irving's got 46 points.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
Atlanta calls timeout.
Definitely not pleased with their rebounding at the defensive end. The number of putbacks they've allowed has been terrible. I'm sure that's what he's going to address during this timeout.
And now, let's present our New Balance Player of the Game, Trae Young.
And Kevin, it's a no-brainer. He's controlled every aspect of this game, and it's just so fun to see a player perform at a level that's just higher than anyone else out on the floor.
Tries again, and the layup is good. Young's got 17 now, just in the second half.
And they've controlled the glass throughout this game, but it's still close.
Here's Irving. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points, so one free throw coming up.
How about the body control that time of Kyrie Irving? Absorbs the contact, stays focused, not going to be denied down there.
The Hawks trail by 9. Young looking around, and there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's it for him. He's fouled out of the game.
And he has to take that long, slow walk back to the bench here. He'll watch the rest of this one from the sideline.
Brown is checked in for the Nets. Collins dishes to Young. Capella, and the dunk by Capella. That gives him the double-double. 10 points and 15 rebounds.
And won't find many more games as entertaining as this one.
No, this is about as high-octane a game as you're going to find. And that's the guy they're going to keep going to, as they should. The lead's only going up if they keep feeding him.
Young against Brown.
Ridiculous handles there. How effective is he at creating opportunities?
Nets leading by 7. Here's KD. And that one, good. KD's got 4 points this quarter.
And that's just cold-blooded right there. He's taking no prisoners.
Confidence is sensational, and it feels like no one is going to stop him tonight from scoring.
And Atlanta has possession. Here's Young. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Trae Young showing off his finishing ability on the inside.
Brooklyn's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Brown feeling out a bit. KD draws the double. Stolen by Collins.
And not sure they've got enough time to save themselves.
Looking unlikely right here. That time ticking away. It's in. Trae Young comes up huge this time, looking like the go-to guy.
They double-team KD. There's 57 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2.
Really, the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
He hits the first one, and that puts them up by 5. So he drops them both. It's a 6-point ball game.
Free throws always a little bit sweeter when they can add to your lead.
And here's Young from the arc. Jordan with the rebound. The basket here in this game may be all over.
Yeah, but the main priority, Kevin, has to be taking care of the basketball and using the clock.
And it's out of bounds for the Hawks as Atlanta retains possession. Gallinari, he's checked in for Atlanta. 36 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And Young kicks to Gallinari. Yes! And now they trail by just 4.
And when the game is on the line, Gallo is the guy you want to have take those shots.
And so they foul intentionally. First free throw is good, and that puts them up by 5. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 6-point ball game. Time call here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 6. 27 seconds left in the game. Seconds left in the fourth. It falls! And now they trail by just 4.
Such a precise player. When Young notices those kind of openings, he definitely is looking to attack.
That's the first, and that puts them up by 5. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
The amount of pressure Durant puts on his opponents, it's typical to see him among the leaders in free throw attempts.
Good!
And Cam Reddish is representing.
It's the Nets now, and now they foul and stop the clock.
Yeah, you can't let them hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
Good on the first, and that puts them up by 5. So he gets them both, and it's a 6-point ball game.
I think that's a wrap, and I can tell you, you can't have more pressure-packed free throws than the ones that are going to seal the game.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Bruce Brown. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2. And so Young nails them both. And now an intentional foul. They need the ball back as soon as possible. So the first one drops, and that puts them up by 5. And so he drops them both. It's a 6-point ball game. 9 seconds left to play here in the fourth. There's Gallinari with the 3. And they need to stop the clock, so there's a foul. It's the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 5-point game. And so it's Brooklyn with the win. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds.
Yeah, and for me, Kevin, what stood out is just the overall trust this group has in one another when it matters most. Doing what had to be done and to send these fans home happy.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.